The Akhilesh Yadav government has succumbed to rising pressure and finally acted in the case of the missing Gonda CMO. The UP Chief Minister has asked his Revenue and Rehabilitation Minister Vinod Singh to put in his papers. Singh is also understood to have resigned. The minister had allegedly got the CMO Dr. SP Singh abducted for failing to accommodate his candidates in the list of transfers. The CMO continues to be untraceable and his family claims a threat to his life. The Akhilesh Yadav government had merely ordered a probe into the incident, which once again highlighted the lawlessness of those in power in the state. UP government on its part acknowledges that the CMO is untraceable. Uttar Pradesh government had been speaking earlier in two different voices over the issue. While the health minister had alleged political conspiracy behind the episode, the Home Secretary maintained that the CMO is on leave. The CMO was allegedly abducted from his residence late on Monday night by the Minister of State for Revenue and Rehabilitation, Vinod Singh, alias Pandit Singh. The minister was livid after one of the transfer lists prepared by the CMO did not have the name of 16 candidates proposed by the minister. Let me go across to Amir Haq, who joins us now on the phone line. Amir, tell us the latest. It seems that Akhilesh has finally taken cognizance of these media reports and acted on the errant minister.
Well, Rukmini, he's perhaps not the chief minister. In fact, the minister himself, State Minister for Revenue, Vinod Kumar Singh, our sources say that he has offered to quit the cabinet. He's offered to step down as a minister, obviously because of the kind of allegations being leveled on him over the last 72 hours. He's being accused of abducting a chief medical officer in the Gonda district and also kind of asking him to include his people in the appointments, in the contractual nature of appointments of doctors that the CMO was supposed to make. So obviously, you know, the image of the government obviously has taken a lot of beating over the last few months because of the law and order situation here in Uttar Pradesh. And when a senior minister of the cabinet was now being seen involved in such an act, obviously much more of an embarrassment for the government. So perhaps, you know, after media reports over the last 3 days, the Chief Minister has spoken to the minister concerned, and now it seems that he will be offering to resign from the cabinet very soon.
Right, Amir, and what is the latest information we have on the CMO who has gone completely untraceable as soon as this episode came to light?
Right, Rukmini, very surprising indeed, because the Chief Medical Officer should ideally have complained against the minister, or at least have come out in the open about the kind of allegations now made through media and his own family. But somehow he went missing. We spoke to the Home Secretary yesterday, to police officials. In fact, the district magistrate of Gonda and other senior officials were also found missing from their seats. In fact, they'd gone on leave ever since this incident happened, perhaps to avoid this situation where they would have to speak against the minister concerned. So the chief medical officer still hasn't surfaced. He hasn't come out in the open about what actually transpired that night. But it seems that he's too scared to take it on, to take it against the minister concerned. And therefore, perhaps only after the minister steps down, perhaps he'll come out and say what actually happened that night.
Right, Amir, but has the Akhilesh government really done anything in this regard? All they have done is ordered a probe so far, and you said just now that it is the minister who has offered to resign. So is there any indication of any action being taken? Will they accept the minister's resignation at the very least?
No, Rukmini, not from the government. In fact, we spoke to the senior minister from the cabinet, in fact, Health Minister Ahmed Hassan, who confirmed the day before yesterday that an inquiry has been ordered in this case. But no confirmation of an inquiry came from the Chief Minister. He did not speak to the media. We've been consistently trying to get in touch with him. Perhaps now the government is realizing that the case has gone too far and they need to take action. But perhaps if they take action now, it won't be seen in a good light. So it is being done the other way around, and the minister, in fact, has been asked to quit. And that's what our sources tell us, that the minister will offer to quit, and his resignation will be taken, will be accepted by the chief minister to finally salvage the situation.
And Amir, also, what has the family of the chief medical officer to say? They expressed concerns about threats to his life. What do they have to say? Are they aware of his whereabouts? Has he gone into hiding?
Well, obviously, the family was equally scared. We had the family on record. In fact, the chief medical officer's wife and the doctor's son, they say that they, in fact, spoke on behalf of the CMO and said that he's been harassed by the minister. In fact, the CMO did not come in the front and did not level these charges against the minister. It was the family who, in fact, narrated all this to the media.
Right. Amir, just hold your thoughts for a bit. I'm getting an update that the minister has, Vinod Singh, has tendered his resignation to the state government on so-called moral grounds. The news is, of course, that the minister has put in his papers. He has resigned. Amir, it remains to be seen whether the government will accept his resignation.
Well, yes, most likely the government will accept the resignation, because over the last 3 days, the government's image has taken a lot of beating. There are questions being raised on, such a senior minister being involved in such a case, and the government actually remaining mum. In fact, the chief minister wasn't here for a day. He was in Mumbai to attend a function, and the clamor was already on even before he had left. And it's been 2 days ever since he's been back in Lucknow, and the media has been following him consistently to get a reaction on what kind of action is being mulled against the minister. But
right.
The CM has kept quiet, and now it seems after all these media reports, he finally will spring into action and accept his resignation.
Amir, also importantly and interestingly, although accusations are now flying thick and fast, there is no official case or FIR which has been filed against this minister so far, isn't it?
Right. Actually, in fact, this was a point of contention. In fact, also the entire government machinery was hiding behind this fact that CMO hasn't made a written complaint against the minister. But we understand on the ground that it is very difficult for a CMO to make a complaint against the minister, especially, we know how the government functions here in UP, and the Samajwadi Party government has also been known, some ministers here have been known to be vindictive to state government officials. So in the light of these facts, perhaps the CMO chose to rather, go missing than to come forward and make a formal complaint to the police. So now it seems, after the situation is resolved, the CMO will come forward and perhaps speak to the media and put his case forward.
All right, Amir Haq, thank you very much for joining us with those latest updates. We are talking about the CMO abduction case in Uttar Pradesh, where Minister Vinod Singh has finally succumbed to the pressure of growing allegations and reports in the media that he had abducted the CMO of Gonda and forced him to include some of his relatives on the transfer list. Well, the latest is that Vinod Singh has resigned. It remains to be seen whether the UP government will accept his resignation. Vinod Singh says he's resigned on moral grounds, even as the CMO remains untraceable.